Good morning and welcome to another Tech Tip Thursday. Today I'm going to delve into a little bit of IXL, and specifically I'm going to focus on how we can use IXL for our MTSS interventions. So once your students have done their diagnostic, IXL is a treasure trove of information. So what I'm going to focus on today is we're going to go to analytics and we're going to focus on trouble spots, okay? So trouble spots, there's actually trouble spots and student trouble spots. I'm first going to go to trouble spots in general. And the more students you have working on IXL, the more you're going to get information here, right? Right now, this is all students, all subjects, and in the last 30 days, all skill levels, okay? So the nice thing is it groups them. So it says right here that 3 students have had problems with this specific activity. It's actually 4 students. So I could then go and find these students and work with this specific standard with them, right? Obviously, I would probably be choosing math or reading, and I would probably be focusing on the students that are at the lower levels, right? If I'm doing MTSS interventions. So for example, this video about the slope, I think that's pretty appropriate for grade level to find the slope from a graph, but certainly something as an individual classroom teacher you could go through and look at, and we can see which students had struggles with this, right? I'm going to keep scrolling and I'm going to scroll down a bit. Now, if we go down enough, we get more ways to help individual students, right? So one student had a hard time with this item, okay? Or rounding to the nearest 10th or 100th, a student had a hard time with this item. So this is a student that you can check in on and talk to them about this specific topic. And I want you to notice that you do have the option to do a group jam right from here. So let me actually scroll up. So if you had your group of students, right? And it doesn't have to be every single one of these students is here, but you can click the group jam button right here and then you could teach this live, right? The other way that you can do this, and the way we're doing MTSS, is really targeted towards students. So if I go to analytics and do student trouble spots, I can specifically look at a specific student, right? So one student who I know has been consistently working is Wana Lin, and I'm going to go to hers, and I can see some of the questions that she's missed, right? And what specific issues there are, right? Rearranging multivariable equations, okay? So this gives me the opportunity to then either look at this activity, okay? Or specifically look at what questions she's done. So if I were working with this student, I would probably go ahead and pull up this activity. So I just take this right here, okay? And I would probably want to go over this with her. So if you look at the trouble spots, that can be a great option for directing your intervention with students, right? So this has the opportunity to learn with example or watch a video. So what I would probably do is go to this student and say, hey, I saw that you were kind of struggling with this. Did you watch the video? Did you look at the example? Okay. If they did those things, then you know you need to work with them, right? Okay. The other thing that you can point out to students, like I make sure not all students realize that they have this option up here when they do a assignment, right? They can look at an example or watch a video. A lot of them just answer the questions, and that's not really teaching them the skill, but watching the video definitely does. So they should really make sure when they come up to an assignment, they watch the video first and look at the example and then do the assignment, right? Okay, there's also the option down here, and I like to show this to students. If you look at this and you totally don't get it, you can come down here and go to a lesson that says it backs it up. So this is sort of like your reverse spiral, right? So what leads to you being able to do this lesson, right? Well, knowing the customary units of measure, right? So I can click on that lesson And now it's going to take me back a step, right? And I can do this lesson with some practice problems and then go to the skill, right? So if you're not ready for this, this is a great opportunity to do the lesson before you do the skill, right? Okay. The other thing, if you go to the right assignment, some of the assignments will have multiple lessons that lead up to that assignment, right? So multiple things that lead up to that skill. So I can go back to my level E, and under E, oh, I should have paid attention to this. Level E math, this was SS4. Okay, so I have under E, I come back here, I can go to SS4, okay, and I can see that all of these things were supposed to lead up to this, right? So this can also give me an idea of how I can step back and help this student get to 4, right? Because if they skipped over 1, 2, or 3 and they don't know these things, they might actually need to go back and do these things, right? Okay, so easy to go to and click on. And again, we always have that shortcut up here. So I hope today's video gives you some ideas of how to look at students' data in here, especially those trouble spots. I'm going to do one more trouble spot because I did want to show you an English trouble spot because I showed all math. So I'm going to go to trouble spots, and I'm going to switch to language arts. And in here, I have the option to help multiple students again, right? So here's 3 students. They all need help with combining multiple ideas from 2 texts. So this is something that I can then do a group jam on and teach this group of students. Key details. This would be a great thing to just pull out as a group jam. Even if only one student in the classroom did it and you pulled this out as a group jam and got everyone in the classroom doing IXL on a topic, that would be awesome because you're then exposing them to IXL, doing the group jam, and then hopefully when the whole group goes to it, they get this skill. Okay, I hope that this is really helpful to you and can help in implementing that MTSS. Have a great day.